We're back on the air with
You don't have people. Why do you say that? You're not connected anywhere. You don't have people.
I got big people. Roxanne Ziegler, good morning. She is she's back, Councilwoman from Marana.
Yes, and let's talk elections. You guys are absolutely right. This year is going to be phenomenal, and I'm talking at the local level.
Yeah, oh no, that's all we think about. Yeah, it's huge.
Yes, and I'm just glad this is not an election year for me, and I'm glad I can sit back and watch this.
But how does the changing, because we've been talking about it.
So we have all five candidates for Pima County Board of Supervisors are up for election. They are elected on presidential years, and it's going to be Sharon Bronson, who handles your area, the west side, and over an Ann Day's seat is vacated.
Part of her area now it's got moved.
Yeah, they moved a few votes out of your area over to Ann's district. And then Ray Carroll's up, and he's got a primary challenger. Ann Day's seat, there's 4 folks in there. Allie Miller is the one that's been on the show, and a couple other folks are running. And then Bronson, there's lots of dialogue around that one. And then Ramon and Richard, and we're hearing some primary challenges there as well.
Yes, personally, I think they all should be challenged. They all should be challenged. And but my sights are on Bronson's district. Again, it's time for her to go. She's not done anything for the town of Marana in years. If people take a look at the website and do some digging, and I know Allie Miller, I'm backing Allie Miller. I'll put a plug in for her now. She'd be great for the board. She's done research. I've listened to her. Sharon has voted to raise your taxes in Pima County every year she's been in, but one. The bond money that they misspend down there is unbelievable.
A little unknown fact. If you add all the bond capacity of Pima County, it's $1.4 billion. Was it?
How much debt we have?
One much debt on our bond package. If you add every other county in the entire state, other than Pima combined, it's $500 million. So we've got almost 3 times as much as the entire state combined.
Hey, Roxanne, explain how a 3-2 flip of the board of supervisors changes things for the Maranas, Oro Valleys, and Cerritos of the world.
Well, it's them and it's the whole county.
Actually, it changes the world for the city of Tucson, even with all their problems.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I don't know what's good in Pima County. That's why we're partnering with Pinal County. We're partnering with a lot of people just so we don't have to partner with Pima, with the county, because you just can't work with them. A 3-2 flip would be wonderful if we could get someone in. And, I don't care if they're Republican or Democrat. Just put somebody in Sharon Bronson's seat who will be fair to the taxpayers, who will be fair to the businesses. Ann Day's seat, we've got, everybody's jumping in on Ann Day.
Yeah.
And, again, I'm backing Allie Miller. She's new to politics, but you know what? It's refreshing. She does her homework. She's got an MBA out of the University of Arizona. She's running for that seat. Ray Carroll, oh, geez. I don't know what to say about Ray Carroll. I'd like to say that he's a friend of Marana's, but when you watch him vote, he votes the way that the board votes, and his excuse is, well, they beat me down, and no. They fought us every inch of the way on the wastewater. So if we could get a 3-2 vote in there to where people would have at least a chance to deal professionally in the county, and more importantly, maybe we could get another administrator. I think, Chuck's I think his reign of terror should be over this year, but it's not going to happen unless people step up. We have nobody right now in Bronson's area to run.
Oh, there's many folks looking at it. We're talking to. Yeah,
I hope
hey,
so.
Now one of the things we talked about before we got to the break is regional government, and there's some regional organizations like TRIO, Tucson Regional Economic Opportunities, and they took a lot of credit for the Sergeant Controls expansion up in your district.
Yeah.
And how did that go down?
Well, that was one of the points in our column was that you guys got out of TRIO and you did the wise move of not getting too involved with the Visitors Bureau, as we told by the audit, wasn't really maybe a good investment at that point anyway.
And your economic development director, Josh Wright, won the award for the state of economic development directors for the city your size in the state. So you really kind of have the mojo going. How did that sergeant controls process work?
Yes, yes, they did take Trio. They did take credit for sergeant controls. They might have played a part in it, a small part in it, but Josh Wright and our team in Marana are the ones that went in there and talked to them, and we gave them 2 incentives on why they should stay in Marana. We can do this ourselves right now. I look around and I don't see anyone really taking the lead on economic development in this region. So, we brought it back in-house. We saved our $50,000. And I put a comment in your Inside Tucson Business the other day. Trio, we never got a return on our investment. Trio's vice president came up to our council and in our chambers insulted us for 15 minutes. And like I said in the article, don't let the door hit you in the...
Was this Welsh or Guyman?
This is Welsh.
Yep.
And so, I run into them, like at the governor's state of the state the other day, we run into each other. But, I just kind of look the other way because there is... mean people suck. I'm just going to say it that way. And I can't stand the arrogance in which they presented themselves. And I don't care if I'm a councilwoman or just a grandma or whatever. You don't treat people like that. So it'll be a long time before we go back to Trio. At least this is one person's opinion on the council. Mm-hmm. And I think I've got everybody else on board now. So I think it's a waste of money. We can do...
Oh, you're kind of proving it. You're proving it can be done on your own.
You're proving it, but you're doing off better without it. My thing is, I think to add insult to injury, $313,000 salary man Joe Snell. He's worth every dime of it, I hear.
That's the other thing. Look at their board. They got 40-some people on their board. Anybody that's a CEO or a vice president or somewhere around in that line is on that board. So, hey, we're just not going to engage in it.
I like when he was on Bill Buckmaster's show when Bill was still doing the television show. And Bill asked him about the Sergeant's Controls expansion, and Joe says it was a great win for the region and never mentioned the word Marana ever.
No, Bill was the one who looked at him and said, "This is in Marana, right?"
Great win for the region. Win for the region.
So, at regionalism, I think that word is just, okay, we're done with that word. Let's go on to something else. Marana is regional. Me personally, I'll let the other guys do the regionalism. We do work with our friends in Oro Valley and Sahuarita, but right now, I think that's why we are...
When you talk about PAG and RTA... Pima Association, Government, RTA, and you guys go to these meetings, you already know everyone's behind the 8 ball because Chuck has South Tucson and both tribes vote. So there's already a 4-3 against Marana, Oro Valley, and Sarita, and that is where Tucson falls and all that, too.
And PAG is where they did not give us our 208 permit. Now, a 208 permit for wastewater says that we can expand. Like right now, the wastewater facility we have to stay within parameters on where we can deliver the wastewater. But with a 208 permit, that would allow the town of Marana to extend the service. We turned our 208 after 2.5 years of jumping through hoops. They turned our 208 permit down at PAG, and as they said to us, and you might have covered it, is, yes, Marana, you have met the tone and tenor of everything we've asked you to do. Every box has been checked. You did a great job, but this is political, and you don't pass politically.
There you go.
Roxanne, I have a feeling you're going to get a letter.
That's what we got.
You're going to get a letter. You're going to get the letter we've all gotten.
The Chuck in the Manila envelope letters coming right now. His $850,000 PR department's working on this as we speak.
You're going to get a letter.
Hey, Roxanne, thanks for coming on. Marana.com if you want to find out more. If you want to move your business there, I'm sure Roxanne will take your call.
I would be delighted to take your call.
Keep doing what you're doing up there, guys. It's your Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope. That's from the Star Wars movie. Keep it up.
Thanks for allowing me to speak.
Yes.
Thanks, Roxanne. That's Roxanne Ziegler. She's a councilwoman from Marana, Arizona.
Hey, Chris, I was remiss